Hello, welcome back to Girls by Sharlene. How often should you wash your child's curly hair? That's the question, isn't it? Well, there's an answer for different ages, there's an answer for different textures. Is your child's hair wavy? Is it straight? Is it curly? I'm going to answer every question you have. If you're looking for a quick answer, it really is wash your child's hair once a week. Up until the age of 9, as a rule of thumb, you can wash your child's hair once a week, okay? However, there are different factors that come into play. How active is your child? Does your child swim? All these things come into place. From 9 years onwards, our hair generally gets greasier, and that's because puberty kicks in. Everything starts changing, your hormones, the child starts sweating more, there's a lot of different smells going on. You know what I'm talking about. Babies are slower to produce something called sebum, the hair's natural protective oil. Why isn't my baby's hair greasy? Well, because of that in particular. And curly hair in particular is drier in general to fine hair. So really you want to wash curly hair less often than fine hair. If you have fine hair, you can wash your hair, 3 times a week. I don't know how often you wash it, but everyone is different. And if your child's hair is curlier, it's drier, it takes longer time for the oil to run down the shaft of the hair, which is why it's drier. Babies are not prone to this greasy, build-up that we have. We get build-up all the time, they don't. The scalp is very new, it's sensitive. You have to make sure you use the right products. Don't start using all these products with different fragrances and chemicals. You want to stick to sulfate-free products, baby-friendly products, especially if you have an irritable scalp. That's even different. I found my baby at the moment has just developed, well, he's not a baby anymore. He's almost 2 and he's just got cradle cap. And I was like, well, what's going on here? Got allergies, has he got eczema? All different things like that. You need to be aware. Instead of washing the hair, just damp it with sponge and water. So say you wash it once a week, I would say at least twice in that week, sponge it with water, just water, nothing else. But you know what your child needs. If the scalp is dry, it needs, cleaning, there's something going on. Do I need to add baby oil? What does this baby require? If it has a rash, if your baby has a rash and all different things going on the scalp, I suggest you go to a doctor, because I am not a doctor. I talk about hair. But yeah, those problems, consult a doctor. Infants, as a general rule of thumb, don't need chemicals or shampoos on their hair, especially if they're young babies. I mean, curly hair, let's use curly girl friendly, like Shea Moisture, everything that's free from parabens, sulfates, silicones. You don't want anything that isn't natural on your baby's hair. Once a week sometimes isn't enough to really wash their hair. My baby tips his food over his head, so there's food in the hair, there's dirt in the hair. If they're active, you take them swimming. I suggest if you take your child swimming, you make sure you wash your hair after you swim every time, because there's chlorine, there's all sorts in that pool, the other kids' germs. Yeah, it's worth washing your child's hair after swimming. You would wash your hair after you swim, right? So, or rinse it at least. So wash your child's hair after they go swimming. Important. You don't want that to sit on the scalp and dry up, and you don't want that to absorb on a baby's scalp. How long can you push it before this child needs a wash? Before you need to wash the hair? Obviously you'll be bathing them throughout the week. I would say 7 to 10 days max. At least wash the hair every 7 to 10 days, especially if the hair is dry and curly and prone to damage. 7 to 10 days. Don't wash it every day, especially the curly hair, or even 2-3 times a week. You don't want to be detangling and doing all that 2 to 3 times a week. Once a week is enough for curly hair. Us Afro hair, 7 to 10 days is maximum. This also includes weaves and braids. If they have protective styles, I say you still need to wash their hair every 7 to 10 days. You still need to keep it clean. Don't wait, because the scalp, there's still stuff going on. How often should a 7-year-old wash her hair? or you wash their hair 2 to 3 times a week, especially if they're active. They started playing sports, they're going swimming 2 to 3 times a week, and every time after they swim, all the sweat rests on the scalp and it can get dirty, you know, all that stuff. Whereas if they're not so active, once a week is fine. They'll tell you when their scalp is itchy, and you don't really want them to scratch their scalp. You really don't want that, especially with their nails. It can make it worse. It can open it up to infection. I would say bath them with an infant safe shampoo. You can use that to cleanse their scalp. So it's gentle on their scalp to clean off whatever buildup is there or dirt. After that, you can apply a little dab of coconut oil or jojoba oil and you're done. Just a little, just to oil the scalp. Or you can use baby oil, but make sure it's free from fragrance. You want the safe ones, safe oils. You don't need to wash your toddler's hair every night, but you do want them to get used to washing their hair. Do what's best for you. If you find, okay, actually I need to wash his hair twice a week, or I need to wash her hair 3 times a week because she's so active or he's so active, that's fine. It's okay. They'll tell you when something's wrong and you'll be able to see, oh, it's greasy, it's matted. You don't want them to have matted hair and that detangling forever and ever and ever. It's just exhausting for you and exhausting for you. Is not washing your child's hair neglect? Yeah. I can't believe I found this question. Like, someone asked this question. Of course, you still need to wash their hair. They could have rashes. Other things can turn up, but you still need to wash it once a week. At least 7 to 10 days, you know, something like that. But don't leave it for months and matted. Yeah, you're neglecting the baby. At what age should a toddler switch to using normal shampoo? By normal shampoo, I still mean sulfate-free, like my kind of shampoo. Age 8 to 10, when they start hitting puberty, that means their hormones are changing. This is a good time to switch to a slightly stronger. It doesn't have to be so gentle, just because they'll have build-up, they'll have all sorts going on. This is the best time to do that. How often should I wash my curly girl black hair? As a rule of thumb, Afro hair should be washed every 7 to 10 days. If they're active, really, I would say every 4 to 5 days. So you can push it a little bit, just because it will be really dirty. If they're rolling in the mud, doing hockey, volleyball, swimming, you know, all that stuff, you should really wash their hair, or even co-wash, you know, so at least you rinse away all the dirt, and then when it's time for wash day, it's much easier and it won't be full of knots and tangles, matted hair. It's much better. It's really important to cleanse the scalp from build-up and flakes. You don't want that to stay, so you want to wash it off so you can start afresh. And the scalp is clean, it's able to thrive, and the hair is able to breathe again. This is great for hair growth and hair health. Why is my 9-year-old's hair so greasy? Puberty's hit. What's happened is the hibiscus. It's the oil, that natural oil that's produced to make your hair shiny and waterproof. But during puberty, what actually happens? This gland produces extra oils, and now it's just getting greasy and greasy. And so now you're like, okay, we need to wash it a bit more. Or we need to incorporate a harsher, not a harsher, but a stronger shampoo to wash all the dirt away. Hair texture comes into play. Some curly hair textures can last longer through washes. Others can't. So wavier, and it all depends on porosity. You know, it doesn't just mean just because I have type 4 hair or type 3C hair or type 4C hair. It really comes into play of the porosity of your hair. Is it drier? Is it more dense? You will really get to know, okay, it's quite dry, so it needs a longer time for the next wash. And if it's greasier, you're like, oh, it's oily. Okay, we can actually wash it now. It just seems to be producing more and more oils. But you'll find what works best for you and go with it. There's no wrong answer per se. You know what's best for your child and your routine. So stop being so hard on yourself. You're doing a great job. Don't overstress. You are doing marvelous, mom and dad and grandma. And whoever you are that you are doing their hair, you are doing a great job. For curly hair in particular, I'd say 1 to 2 times a week is enough. You don't need this 2 to 3 times in general. especially for our curly hair. Overwashing hair strips the oils. I've done a video on this to explain so much. You don't want to strip the oils from your baby's hair. It's so important. We need those natural oils in our hair and on our scalp, just to come down to the ends of our hair. It's important for hair health and hair growth. Do a co-wash, as I said, between the shampoo wash. So if you have to wash their hair twice a week, I would say don't shampoo twice a week. Condition as a co-wash, once a week do the shampoo and the conditioner. But the middle one, or if you have to do it 3 times, the 2 in between, just co-wash and then shampoo. So you're not stripping it of the oils, but you're cleansing it, you're washing away the dirt, you're washing away all those bad things. Co-wash is great for maintaining moisture in our curly hair, especially for toddlers. I mean, especially for us, especially if your hair's drier and it needs more moisture, you'll find, co-wash actually helps. So infants, once a week. Toddlers and preschoolers, once to twice a week, or even once, because they're not so active. When they hit school age, and they get active, you want to do it once to twice a week. You might need to do it more than once, just because of all the activities they'll be doing. When that child is in puberty, proper school age, then you know, okay, we need to do a bit of co-washing through the week, just to keep the hair clean. You don't need to wash it with shampoo, as I said, but let's rinse it twice a week at least. Cold weathers, you don't want them to go to bed with wet hair. It just gets annoying, really. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. I'm happy to help. Let me know what I haven't answered, or if there's anything you think, actually, this works for my child, this works for us. Please share it in the comments. We all need each other's help. Thanks so much for watching Curls by Sharlene. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? And why not like this video? Leave a comment, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Yeah, smash it. What are you waiting for exactly? What is the issue? Tell me. What is it that is just not ticking the boxes for you? Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.